Hello there, everybody. And today I'm going to be talking about a horror movie, that being Sinister. So this came out, I think, 2012. So it's been a long time since this movie came out. And it stars Ethan Hawke, as he is an author who is trying to publish a book. But this time he's deciding to do a real-life story of a family that was brutally murdered, but no one knows how. But it isn't until he finds like a old film like thing device. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. It's like an old film camera that has footage of what happened to the family, and he's trying to piece together what's going on until various paranormal things start happening. So this movie is directed by Scott Derrickson. He also directed Doctor Strange, the first one, and he also directed The Black Phone in the recent one that came out, the sequel to it. So Scott Derrickson and Ethan Hawke clearly are a good collaborative together when it comes to horror movies. And I gotta say, this movie is definitely one of the more scarier movies. Because when I saw this a long time ago, it actually gave me goosebumps watching it because of how terrifying it was. All the jump scares are actually, they really get you when you're not expecting it. But the way they do this whole sinister curse thing, it's just wild the way it goes down. But as Ethan Hawke is trying to figure out what's going on, it leads to conflicts with him and his wife in this movie. They just fight over wanting to have a normal life than just being known as this author who's like known for writing these kind of stories or writing true crime. And she just doesn't want to be stared at like various grocery stores or wanting to take the kids to school. But the kids are also getting involved in this because they're starting to have night terrors of the events. Probably the most random scene in this whole movie is the boy. He literally is found in a box when Ethan Hawke starts to explore. When he thinks he hears something creepy, he just opens the box and then the kid just comes out. It just looks super creepy just to look at. And he's like screaming. Like, if that happened in real life, I think anybody would be scared. But like I said, the jump scares really do get you the first time when you watch it. But it just has a deep darkness in this movie because the movie literally opens with a family getting hung. It's just like, ooh. But as I said about the kids, the one little girl who's the daughter to Ethan Hawke's character, she wants to basically move back into her old house, but Ethan Hawke promises that they'll move back in once this is all over if they don't like the place. But she starts to have visions of the paranormal, what's going on in this house. She's even like drawing on the wall that's creeping out the wife of this movie. And probably the creepiest scene is where she opens her eyes and then immediately one of the kids who were murdered in this house appears in a very creepy way. It's just like, ooh, it just gives you just goosebumps when you're watching it. But probably the most wild scene in this movie is where Ethan Hawke, when he starts to hear more creepy noises, he investigates with a bat, and like one of the kids starts running towards him, and then he immediately jumps into the other room. It's just like, whoa. That scene was definitely slow motion for sure. But Ethan Hawke just doesn't notice anything that's going on. There's also a cop in this movie. I forget who he's played by. He's also wondering what's going on about this whole thing. But he gets lucky as he doesn't really visit the house all that much. But what takes a deep turn for Ethan Hawke's character is he literally sees the tape, but it has like a giant curtain, and it shows the family, and they're like watching what's going on, and then they turn around and give the hush. I think that's how it happened, and it causes Ethan Hawke to immediately collapse off the ladder of the attic, and he decides to just burn everything. He just burns the recorder, the tapes, just all of it, and immediately yells at his wife to just pack the things and get out of here. And they all dash for it until a cop pulls them over, and he actually just asks for an autograph and does not give him a warning at all. He just lets him go. But when they do move back in, just like any other horror movie, it goes a darker turn, and you think the movie's over. Nope. But as it turns out, when Ethan Hawke starts to live normal just a little bit, he starts to notice things, and then he sees that the tapes have returned back to normal. They weren't burned after all. And he decides to play it anyway. But this would be the biggest mistake, as Ethan Hawke then gets captured and he's duct taped, and we get this graphic scene where his character dies, and the main kids are like doing various creepy things. They're all walking in the hallway, and we can assume the wife and the kids were killed off too, because they start to draw their dead bodies, like doing a creepy child drawing that some kids do back in their childhood days. But yeah, this movie was definitely something, and it literally ends on a jump scare with the main entity of this movie. The way the entity looks, it looks like Scarecrow from the Batman Arkham games, but like a ghost version of it. That's what it reminded me of. So yeah, Sinister was definitely an interesting movie. I don't think it was my favorite horror movie of all time. I think I still have to go with the Scream movies, even though that's completely different from this movie. It was made by the same people who did the Paranormal Activity movies. I definitely like to talk about those movies. I wanted to review this movie for my Halloween reviews, but I guess I just didn't make the time for it. But now I am. But my next reviews are definitely going to be Christmassy reviews, since it's that kind of year again. Time for some Christmas reviews. But after that, we're probably going to review the 2025 movie reviews I saw all throughout the year. So yeah, it'll be a lot to look forward to. So yeah, I think I plan to just review different movies throughout the year too, than just reviewing new releases. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you